I'm rolling.
Welcome back.
My bad.
Dropping shit. Welcome back. I'm Ron.
Thank you all for coming. White power!
I'm Julia.
And I'm Phil.
And we are on episode 19.
Yep.
Same ship, different day. What we got going on today? We're hopping right into it. Favorite action movies.
Action movie trivia.
Action movie trivia.
And then we'll lead into
excuse me, I read that incorrectly.
Yes, you did.
I'm here to take it all, Regis.
Okay. All right. So action movie trivia. I don't know how many questions there are. I don't know. I hope these answers are right because I deleted some of the questions and I was hoping that I deleted its corresponding answer. I may have failed. We don't know. We're going to rogue. This is going rogue. So sorry. Okay. Question number 1. What's the name of the building where Die Hard's events take place?
The Nakatomi Towers.
That is incorrect.
Shit, I don't know.
What the fuck? The Nakatomi.
That's correct, but it's the Nakatomi Plaza.
Oh my God. All right. I guess that does count.
It does count 100% because you were incorrect.
0-0.
Yes.
Off to a hot start.
Damn it.
Next question. Who played Batty Howard Payne in Speed?
Dennis Hopper.
That is correct. Ron. Philip, this one's all you. Ready? What movie is the line, I will look for you, I will find you, I will kill you?
Taken.
You got it.
Yep.
Told you that one was all yo's.
Tacking.
Tacking. Mm-hmm. Where does John Wick check in after retrieving his weapons and gold coins from under his floor in the first John Wick?
The Continental Hotel.
That is correct.
I couldn't remember the name.
That is correct. What actor feels the need for speed in Top Gun?
Tom fucking Cruise.
I'm waiting for my time to strike. You know,
This is it.
I'm like a cobra.
Like a viper.
This is yours right here. What's the name of the last completed film Bruce Lee starred in?
Enter the Dragon? No.
That's correct.
Yeah. Okay.
That was supposed to be yours, Philip.
Well, okay. Hang on. I got to debate here. Game of Death technically was completed. It's a full-length film. It just happens to not have Bruce Lee in the second half. The real Bruce Lee.
For some odd reason.
That is wrong. Okay, next question. Who performed the theme song for the upcoming James Bond movie No Time to Die? Yes.
Billie Eilish?
You're correct.
Damn.
I'm surprised. I felt that was the one that nobody was going to get right.
He would get that one because he's gay. You know?
Oh, shit.
Big Billie Eilish fan over there, are you?
No, I think I just remember a woman singing it. And you got to think about who the woman.
I think you hit it right on the head,
I was going to say Lady Gaga, so that was way
Has
off.
she done a Bond?
Not that I'm aware of.
Wow.
Okay. Next question. How many members were in Kill Bill's Deadly Viper Association squad?
He beat me on that one.
I don't know if I'm right, but it was 5, right?
No, that's incorrect.
Hang on. Bill, Orenishi, Black Chick, Bud, 4.
Incorrect. It's 6.
Oh, L.
I was thinking of the story from Pulp Fiction, the Fox Force 5.
Oh, the Fox Force 5.
Yeah. Her pilot. She did,
yeah. I think that was what conceived the concept of Kill Bill in a way.
Right.
Really?
Yep.
I didn't know that. Okay. Next question. What was Jason Bourne's real name?
I don't know. Fuck those movies.
I like the Bourne movies.
Timothy McVeigh. No. Osama bin Laden.
Rusty Shackelford.
Rusty Shackelford.
That is incorrect. His name is David Webb.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I actually knew that.
That sounds straight up like a secret agent's name.
Okay. When was the first Rambo movie released? What year? Yes.
I want to say 1980.
Incorrect.
Ooh, damn. I'm leaning towards 2 separate years.
Okay.
81.
Incorrect. 82.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
That was the 2.
I knew it wasn't quite old enough for the 70s.
Yeah.
So, like,
Okay, next. What does Commando's Colonel John Matrix eat for breakfast? What does Commando's Colonel John Matrix eat for breakfast?
Nails.
No.
I'm going to say steak and eggs. I
No,
don't know.
Green Berets. He literally says that.
That's right.
I was thinking of actual food.
God, it's been since I was little. Since I've
thinking-
Watch Commando?
Since I've seen Commando.
I was thinking Arnold had to be high protein. So.
Okay. How many rules does Jason Statham's transporter have in the transporter?
Is it 3?
No. And you get bonus points.
I've never seen any of those
Oh,
movies.
because you get bonus points if you knew what they were.
I'm going to guess 4.
It's correct, but do you know what they are?
No.
Okay, I'll give you 4, but it's the deal is the deal. The deal is the deal. No names. Never open the package and never make a promise you can't keep. But it's 4.
The first transporter's actually not that bad.
Here comes
Sounds
the
like the
cat.
cat's getting transported.
What's the main character played by Ryan Gosling in The Drive called?
I don't know why I pressed that. I have no fucking clue.
The kid.
No.
I don't know.
Incorrect. Do you have an answer?
Pass.
His name was never said.
I was going to say that, but I was thinking that
Burp.
they were going to say that what Bryan Cranston called him the whole movie.
I don't like
Nope.
Ryan Gosling, so I don't care if
that's
he
a
has a
shame.
name or not.
What crime was Harrison Ford's character in The Fugitive wrongly accused
Murder
of?
of his wife.
That is correct.
I didn't murder my
I
wife.
thought he was a smuggler.
You're thinking of Midnight Express.
How many Mission Impossible films has Simon Pegg been in?
4?
Correct.
I was going to say 69.
Philip, this is yours. Ready? I have faith in you. Who directed the 2010 remake of True Grit?
The Coen brothers.
That's correct.
Everyone knows that. Why would you say it's mine?
Because you were supposed to see that and then punch your buzzer real quick. 2 left. Which James Bond film marked Judi Dench's first appearance as M?
GoldenEye?
Yes, I was literally about to say it was the most popular James Bond video game.
It was the first. That was the first Pierce Brosnan.
Mm-hmm.
She was introduced when Pierce Brosnan was.
Last one. In what movie does Keanu infiltrate a group of surfers involved in
damn
armed
it.
robberies?
Point Break.
That is correct.
Me and Philip had the honor of seeing that in 35 millimeter
Yep.
at the Belcourt.
Belcourt
and
Theater.
that was
He kicked my ass like you don't even have to count.
I know. 7-4. 7-4. Ron. Buzzing the buzzer. Which leads us
Trivia's gay.
into no, it's not. Which leads us into what are the best action movies out there? And
Yup.
I unfortunately mine have a lot of typical ones, but not all of them are typical. There's several of them.
right.
So what's the start?
Nose goes.
Action flicks.
It's dumb.
We're
Start us off,
talking about
Philip.
the explosions and the guns and the,
Question.
Yes.
Do you guys think that action and sci-fi go hand in hand as a genre?
yes.
Because if you think of Alien, you think about sci-fi, but it has a shit ton of action in it too.
But
Can
the
they
first
be
Alien doesn't. The Alien's more sci-fi and horror.
okay? You think that was okay? So I was thinking about that when I was doing my research. I was like, there's a lot of sci-fi movies that have been rated as a great action movie sci-fi combo, but I feel like in a sci-fi movie there's a lot of shooting and there's a lot of
Not necessarily.
I don't know.
Like Ex Machina didn't have any shooting or anything.
that's a true sci-fi.
2001.
It depends, you know. It can can be a crossover, but
like Predator is a great example. That's an action movie and a sci-fi combo.
Yeah,
it's on my list.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
See, Predator was on my sci-fi list because I like the sci-fi part of that more so than I like the action side.
Right.
But Philip, go ahead. Lead us off. What's the best ones? Not your favorite. What could be your favorite, but what do you think is an ideal movie to represent action?
I believe that you would have to go with. That's a tough question.
You can list a popular one.
Yeah. I mean, if we're talking pure action and like without any sort of like muddied lines or anything, I'd say John Wick is a really good example.
John Wick
It's on
is
my
up there
list.
on mine.
Yeah, I agree with that because to me, John Wick is full of action.
Yeah.
Like that's all it is.
It's directed by Keanu's stunt man from the Matrix films.
Oh.
So an actual stunt man directed it. So that's why the stunts in that film are just so on a different level than most action films.
Yeah, and I was gonna say The Matrix, but I feel it's the same debate as like, is it sci-fi or is it action? You know,
Right.
Because the sci-fi kind of trumps the action in the movie. The action is the result of the sci-fi.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
I agree.
But yeah, I think John Wick's a better example.
I agree. Like I totally think John Wick is just action.
Yeah.
Ron, do you have
My definitive favorite action film of all time is The Road Warrior.
The Road Warrior? I think I've seen that.
Mad Max 2.
Yeah.
Got the Jason Voorhees guy.
Yeah.
And I'd probably say a solid number 2 would be The Warriors.
Okay.
Yeah.
Warriors is such a fucking great movie.
Right.
I think if they that could be a movie that could be remade into a good film if they did it right.
Mm-hmm.
So action for me, other than the norms, to me, Jackie Chan movies are action movies.
Oh yeah,
just
for sure.
chocked full of just nonstop insanity. To me,
For
that's
sure.
an action movie.
The Drunken Master. You ever seen that?
Fuck yeah.
I fucking love all of his movies. Police Story.
Shanghai Noon.
Yeah.
Dude, Shanghai Noon is a classic.
I agree. What do you guys think about Leon the Professional?
Yes.
I love Leon the Professional.
Yes.
I don't know. Okay. If there's anybody in our audience that does not like that movie, I would love to hear from you because I want to know the argument as to why, because I think that's one of the best movies I've probably have ever seen.
I could see why some people get weirded out by it because there's those subtleties of a young girl falling in love with an older man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's so the original script was like that. And apparently the director's was married to a young girl at that time.
He's not helping his case there.
And the actor, Jean, I forget his last name. He, the guy that played Leon, he wanted to play the character more of he has a child's mind.
Father figure,
yeah.
Not even a father figure. He's kind of clueless. He's more of a child himself because he drinks milk. The way he marvels at the movie screen when he goes and sees a movie.
Right.
He's like a little kid in the mind, but he does this horrible job of killing people.
Right.
Yeah. For those who don't know, it's Natalie Portman's very first role.
Role.
She was 12, 14, something like that.
And she is so fucking fantastic in that movie.
She truly is.
When she's standing outside that door after her family gets popped.
Yeah.
And she starts crying, saying, please open the door.
Yeah.
Right.
And that door opens and the light hits her. Oh, it's such a good movie. Such a good movie.
It truly is. I 100% agree.
But yes.
It's one of my favorite movies
I
of all
agree
time.
with it.
Okay.
Another good one is Baby Driver.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Not agree with that.
For action.
Yeah.
Okay.
For car action.
Yeah.
That beats any Fast and Furious movie.
Well, I don't think Fast and Furious counts. Maybe the first one, but after that, I think it's garbage. Maybe the first one can count, but the rest
It is
of
an
them
action movie, but that doesn't mean it's good.
Yeah. Exactly.
Philip, do you have another one?
I like the old kung fu movies like Enter the Dragon we just mentioned in the trivia.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I liked the idea of more down to earth, like grounded combat. You know what I mean? Like
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon's another good one.
You know what my favorite kung fu movie is? Is Ip Man. I love Ip Man. Ip Man was such, oh man, there's just so much going on.
Yeah. And I play a lot of fighting games, so it's I like seeing it in movies too, where
Warrior Speed.
see all these different real fighting styles, you know, get together and kick each other's asses.
I agree.
Roadhouse. The OG Roadhouse.
I think that one's been tainted.
Yeah, I feel like it has a bad taste now, unfortunately. I also like Lethal Weapon, the Lethal Weapon movies.
Yes.
Because it's action, but it's comedy. It's a little of everything, but it always kept you on your seat, like at the edge of your seat watching it.
Mel
I love
Gibson's
it.
you a
what
Lethal
makes that
Weapon.
They're supposed to be making a 5. I don't know how, because
Let me tell you,
Danny Glover's
bless
knee's
him.
been shot since that first film.
Let me tell you, bless them for trying to do that, but it's just not going to be the same, and it's going to be a big tank. Like, I don't feel
I
like
thought
it's
there
gonna,
were like 15 of those.
It's only 4.
There's 4.
Oh,
Yeah.
Was it Jet Li was in the last one?
Yeah.
yeah, he's retired too.
Really? Mm-hmm. And I also have Edge of Tomorrow.
I've watched that.
Tom Cruise and Emily
Yeah.
Blunt. That's a very under the radar sci-fi film. Not a lot of people have seen it, and I think it's because it's Tom Cruise, but he plays the polar
Tim
opposite.
Crows.
He plays the total opposite of what he plays in all his action films. Like his character is not a strong, like just completely not afraid of anything kind of guy. He's actually, when he gets thrown into battle, he's never seen battle before. He's just a big douchebag. And he repeatedly has to die and relive the same day to figure out how this alien invasion can be stopped. And he just keeps getting killed and killed and killed and killed. And it's actually a really fucking good movie. Seriously. And great Bill Paxton movie. Bill Paxton shows up. God rest his soul. Fuck that doctor that fucked up his heart surgery.
Yeah.
Damn it. How do you kill Bill Paxton?
Just,
Motherfucker.
unfortunately, just happened.
Is Twister an action film?
Consider that more of like a suspense, I think.
Yeah,
Like,
I kind of agree with Philip on that one. See, action movies, I like to see someone get their ass kicked. Like, to me, I like that type of action in an action movie.
Yeah.
Die Hard, it has to be like top list.
So I was going through the Die Hards. I would choose Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Agreed.
Because that is, like, of course, the OG Die Hard it's the greatest Christmas movie of all time.
Correct.
And it's one of the greatest action films of all time. But something about that third one is so good. You're in New York, you're in John McClane's backyard, and you throw Sam Jackson in the mix.
right.
Like, the chemistry between them two was fantastic. And Jeremy Irons playing the villain in that one.
Yeah,
was great.
I like him.
I fucking love that one.
I do too. Philip, do you have any other favorite just action movies that are just pure action?
What about Heat?
Oh, that was a good
Yes.
one. Yeah, that's a good one.
Probably one of the best opening sequences
I
of all
agree.
time.
I like Heat.
Which, if there's any Grand Theft Auto fans, that entire game franchise is basically a ripoff of Heat. So.
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of the GTA. Excuse me, the one in GTA 5 is straight up a
Right.
like you steal a big truck
Yeah.
just to hit the side of a bank
Right.
truck. It's a complete
Exactly
ripoff.
like the movie.
Exactly. You put bomb, or I'm pretty sure it's all the way down to the shot of all the windshields of the cars getting blown out whenever they set off the explosive.
Right. I remember there was like an achievement you could get for you had to like go and buy everyone's masks for the robbery. And then if you got all of them hockey masks, it would give you an achievement. So, because they wear hockey masks in the movie during that.
That's
during that
right.
scene.
That's right. Michael Mann's making a prequel to that film with
Interesting.
apparently Austin Butler is going to be playing the young
Dude,
version
is he
of
just going to be
Val
in
Kilmer.
fucking everything
Yes.
now?
Yeah.
Sounding like Elvis the whole fucking time.
Clearly.
I will admit, he is the best part of Dune.
You sound like Elvis. Yeah.
Yeah.
So apparently he came out saying that he had to go to speech therapy to figure out how to not talk.
Fuck your
like
own ass,
Elvis.
dude.
Dude, I mean, I'm not surprised. He probably had to do something.
He's full of shit.
And then for Dune, he learned how to talk like Stellan Skarsgård. Like he sounds just like Stellan Skarsgård in that film.
Interesting. This poor dude is never going to have his own voice ever.
No. And now he just talks like Stellan Skarsgård now.
Oh, God.
Just kidding. I don't know.
I think he's just full of shit, honestly.
He's just trying to be like, ooh, look at me. I get so method.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, Daniel Day-Lewis might spend the whole like production filming being the character, but whenever that shit's said and done, he's probably not Abraham Lincoln still.
Dude, he learned how to
Right.
fucking sew for.
He
for,
became a cobbler or
Phantom Thread.
for Phantom Thread. He
Yeah.
built his own cabin for Last of the Mohicans.
Right. Yeah. Like he does it. He turns it off after the movie's done, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Speaking of action movies, Last of the Mohicans is crazy.
Yeah.
true.
That could be thrown
Yeah.
up there
Yeah, because it was
For sure.
full of action.
for sure.
yeah.
Speed. I'd throw Speed on here. As
As
cheesy
action, yeah.
as cheesy as that movie is.
Of course, the Mission Impossible movies are action, but
Right.
They are.
didn't say it's a good movie. I just said they're full of action.
I will
though.
admit that they've gotten better as, like these last few have actually been pretty damn good. It's because they're fucking Tom Cruise's baby.
They are.
And I
Yeah.
mean, if you really think about it, that's like the American James Bond for us. Because James Bond's
Yeah.
a British
Correct.
character,
Yeah.
So like, this is our American James Bond, if you will.
Except for no one is allowed to play him but Tom Cruise ever in life. Tom Cruise is going to be dead.
Tom Cruise is
and
going to be 90.
And his AI is going to be playing.
No. Tom
Mission
Cruise will be
Impossible.
90 still doing this.
No,
running.
he's definitely going to be the one to sell his image to AI companies.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah, he will.
Dude, the Scientology is going to make their own AI. It's like
Probably.
the Xenu bot.
Probably.
Yeah.
Any other epic action movies that we can recommend or we enjoy?
I mean, we've mentioned a lot in the past, like Saving Private Ryan, and
Anything that's obscure to you that you're like, I think this is a great action movie?
I'm looking at through Google right now, see if anything pops out.
Would Old Boy be considered an action?
I swear to
Definitely.
God, I think anything kung fu, karate, XYZ related is all
Yeah.
pure action.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Old Boy is definitely an action film.
I can't really think of any recent good action films.
The genre is kind of dead.
Everything, everywhere, all at once.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would probably be the last one that I remember too.
Yeah.
Everything right now is
Right.
horror,
Yeah.
like everything.
Everything's so like cerebral and depressing and shit.
Yeah, it's either horror or it's like kooky, like
Right.
Barbie and all that kind of weird.
And obviously John
Second
Wick
one.
as well. Or
Yeah.
the other recent one.
Would you consider Snatch to be an action film?
It's packed full of action.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd throw that up there.
I like Snatch.
I do too.
It's like, why would I want a caravan with no fucking wheels? It's Brad Pitt in that movie. Or no feckin' wheels.
Yeah.
Well, we've got a picture on the screen. Taken is stupid, action packed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Liam Neeson kicks everybody's ass.
The original Taken's the only Taken worth watching.
Yeah, I think that when did Taken come out?
2007, 2006.
Yeah, I think that like mid 2000s was like the last good era of action movies.
Yep. The Mummy.
That would be considered action for sure. There's a lot of
Yeah.
The
happenings.
Mummy Returns with The Rock.
Don't talk about the Scorpion King now again.
The Scorpion King? Yes.
So, would you consider Batman's considered action?
Yeah.
I think
But I feel it has more of a story.
superhero movies by default, I think, are action films.
Yeah.
So,
Indiana Jones,
yeah.
Yeah.
specifically Raiders.
Yeah.
Let's see. Just mentioned the Batman.
Yeah, I think superhero movies.
Romancing the Stone.
You don't talk about that movie. I love that movie.
I love that movie. So Michael
My
Douglas
dad loved
trying
that
to be
movie.
to be Indiana
Bad-
Jones, but
being a badass.
it's still a guilty pleasure.
How about Good Time?
I think
mean,
that's more of the
suspense.
thriller.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Anxiety inducing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Emotional.
Yes.
Very emotional.
Fair enough.
As I said, I think action movies is where someone's getting their ass beat down.
Yeah. Adrenaline and shit.
Rush Hour.
Yeah. Something that you're like, oh shit, yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Rush Hour.
Rush Hour's good, but it's not. I don't think that is one of his.
Do you understand
Prime.
the words that are coming out of my mouth?
That was so much comedy in that. I'm not saying that comedies can't have action in it, but I don't think that is his true action.
Yeah.
Like Police Story.
Police Story.
Straight up action.
Police
like
Story,
no
too. Yeah.
ifs,
Kill
ands, or
Bill?
buts.
We got to throw Kill Bill in
Yeah,
there.
I think most Tarantino movies would come up on this because From Dusk Till Dawn is full of action, for sure.
Yeah.
Here's one for you. Kung Pao.
Kung Pao.
What the hell is Kung Pao?
Enter the Fist. You don't know that one?
Are you guys being stupid?
No, it's a real movie.
Oh,
Writer-director Steve Oedekerk acquired the little-known 1976 Hong Kong karate flick called Savage Killers. That seamlessly blended portions of the film with new material he has directed to create a wild, off-the-wall comedy feature film. And it is definitely wild and off the wall.
Damn. Interesting.
Yep. He directed and stars in Enter the Fist, placing him digitally into the old film, redubbing the characters, as well as shooting whole new scenes.
damn.
I think there's a chick with one boob in that movie, if I can remember correctly.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Yeah. And she like uses it as a weapon. So
Does it shoot bullets out of her boob?
I haven't seen it since I was like 7, but
Okay.
he gets into a full-on fist fight with a cow. And like, yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Bless him.
yeah. We rented it from the video store when I was a kid, and my dad was mad as fuck that we wasted money on that shit. He like took that shit back the next morning, dude.
That's hilarious. All right. Any other great action movies?
I mean, aside of the obvious ones.
Yes. The obvious ones I don't want to talk about because everybody's seen the big obvious
Right?
ones.
Yeah.
But I think action movies, as Philip said, it's kind of there hasn't been very many great ones.
It's in a dead space.
Yeah. Everything's being replaced with horror at this time.
Yep.
Yeah. Or they're just making sequels. So
Yeah, or reboots.
yeah, reboots,
Like
sequels,
Roadhouse and
yeah,
all that other hot garbage.
yeah,
'Cause they can't come up with their own fucking shit.
yeah.
Amen. What was the one that you said?
Presumed innocent.
Oh, that's right. It's being rebooted.
That was one of my favorite Harrison Ford.
Yep. And
movies.
now it's going to be tainted.
And now it's going to be fucking tainted by Jake fucking Gyllenhaal
Yep.
in another
This is I'm about to
fucking
say
remake.
this is number 2 for him. He's not
I feel
having
like he's played in a lot of remakes.
a
Yep.
winning streak here. Yeah.
Yep.
We should remake Brokeback Mountain.
We should.
No.
Why not?
Okay. Let's move
That's
on.
a beautiful film.
Let's move
And
on.
we could film it in the Rocky Mountains. Call it Rocky Mountain Homos. Rocky Mountain
Philip,
Hillbillies.
you know what to do. Bleep that. Anyway,
Bleep that.
we are moving on to our next segment because I can't handle that anymore. So I was reading something and I was thinking about things that you guys have said on past podcasts. So I thought this would be a good segment for them to just vent their frustrations out. So,
Lord.
movie critic and rating sites, because we've had a talk about this.
Oh, God.
About how we feel, like how we measure what we're going to watch based on these ratings. I know that you're specific to some. I know Rotten Tomatoes is not a good one, and you may, but So I thought we could talk about which ones you feel are more trustworthy, which ones are hot garbage, which I already know, and should we create our own? And I was being really serious when I was thinking about this, is should we, because you guys give very truthful reviews of things, and it wouldn't be something we'd have to do as a group. It'd be like a single thing where you guys, if you guys watched a movie, especially a new one or perhaps an old one, and you made a video about your rating, and then we did a scale. So keep that in the back of your head for a future project.
We don't need to create a whole site. There's one called Letterboxd where you can do that already. So.
I know, but I think we should create. Now we actually have Letterboxd on here, where we could talk about it. But so I took 5, I think, maybe off the internet, and I want to see if you guys have either heard of them or what do you guys think about them. So when you're wanting to watch a movie, who do you trust? What do you guys feel about Rotten Tomatoes? Because ultimately, I think that's number 2 of places people go to see a rating of a movie.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what they use in their advertisements.
They're not number 1.
This film is holding Rotten Tomato score of 94.
Why?
It's just like, who gives a fuck?
Why do you not like Rotten Tomatoes is my question.
Because Get Out has a 99% and The Exorcist has 90%. Explain that. You're telling me that Get Out is better than the fucking Exorcist. That's my case right there.
Do you think that that's the case because that Exorcist is such an old movie that a lot of people today, younger generation of today, have not seen it, and everybody's seen Get Out, which is super popular. Mm-hmm. Do you think that's the reason, or do you think it's just because?
Harsh take here. It's just the political aspect to Get Out is what made that movie a lot bigger. And I'm not saying that it was bad. That's definitely what made the film great.
Yeah, agreed.
Built into the plot, but I don't think it is better to give it a better review than what is one of the greatest. Put it in a fucking time capsule and it'll still scare somebody 1,000 years from now.
Okay. Phil, what do you think about Rotten Tomatoes?
I don't like it just because either the critics are paid to say the movie's good or they say it's bad just to be controversial and get clicks.
Yeah.
Okay.
The critics on the website are just too biased,
Okay.
And sometimes critics do get it wrong. And like the great Roger Ebert, he would actually go back and review a movie that he once reviewed that he gave a bad review and then completely say, I was wrong at that time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think that's with most, because we all have those movies that we all come back around to later on and we're like, you know what, that is actually.
Yeah, it wasn't as bad as we thought it was the first time around. Okay.
If I look at anything on Rotten Tomatoes, it's the audience score.
Yeah.
Okay. So you like the audience score better than the
but
critics.
Even then, the audience can be fucking stupid.
Yeah. Because when it comes to audience scores, movies like the Marvel movies, for example, they're going to be highly rated.
Yeah.
Right.
Whether it's good or not.
Because there's a massive fan base for them.
Right.
So it's a double-edged sword because the audience is not being paid by anyone to review the score. Hollywood doesn't give a fuck what the audience thinks. They just want to know how much money it makes. But anyway, now say something like Blonde, which was a very politically controversial movie. Mm-hmm. It got review bombed on Rotten Tomatoes. Just people going in, leaving a bad review just because of the subject matter, not because they like the movie or not.
They probably haven't even watched.
Right, exactly.
So you're saying that they're rating more on a personal level than a technical level.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Ozark with a certain site that I'm sure we will see on this list. Mm-hmm. That season finale of Ozark is the lowest rated episode of the whole series. And I understand that there are moments that people don't like, but that is the way that show is supposed to end.
Right.
It's a shitty ending for bad people
right.
that win.
Yeah.
There's not going to be a good outcome with the group of fucking assholes we watched for 5 seasons,
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the whole Breaking Bad thing. You love the guy at the beginning, but by the end of it, you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
It's a piece of shit.
Yeah. Okay, next one. So Roger Ebert is rated the number one most popular page to get a review from.
Yes.
It is rated number one out of everybody.
That is what I use.
So what makes him different than?
Because he was actually qualified.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
what
he
made him
was
qualified?
Yeah.
These are just questions.
He just had experience in the film industry.
He's
Okay.
probably the most famous because he had Siskel and Ebert, that show back in the day.
Yeah.
And he actually
2 thumbs up.
Yeah, 2 thumbs up. And I still like, if I'm watching a movie before the year that he passed away, because he ended up getting like jaw cancer, had his jaw removed.
Yeah.
But he still continued to review. Anytime I watch a movie before he passed, I always try to find his review on it.
Right.
And a lot of those movies you can find on IMDb. If you click on the Metascore rating, and you scroll, you'll be able to find Roger Ebert's. Now, I will say that I have watched movies that Roger Ebert said that he didn't like, and I actually enjoyed it. But for the most part,
Do you think? Excuse me. So, do you think Roger Ebert was more on a personal level or a technical level, or a little bit of both?
both.
Both, yeah.
Definitely think both.
I think the site these days is not as great because he's not alive anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
It's so they tend to go for more of the Oscar bait films and just kind of cheerlead for them rather than
Than in other movies.
Yeah.
Okay. What about IMDb?
That's what I trust the most.
It's my go-to.
Okay.
It's the best, honestly.
What makes it different?
It's hard to explain for me, but just generally, if I like a movie, it tends to have a higher IMDb score.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
And if you look at the top films, like the top 200 rated films on that, I actually agreed with what number one is Shawshank Redemption, which
we all say is a great movie.
I think it's undeniably one of the greatest. And I think it's The Godfather Part 1 and The Godfather Part 2. Mm-hmm. And then Pulp Fiction's number 4, I think. Mm-hmm. So it gives good reviews to those art house type movies like Pulp Fiction.
So do you think that Hollywood pays people to review on IMDb? Or does IMDb pay people, do you think?
I mean, I'm sure it
Could
happens,
be.
but
Okay.
I mean, there's no way to avoid that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's the thing about review sites in general. There's always going to be biases and politics.
Of course.
And,
Yeah, of
you know,
course.
And I mean, I've watched plenty of movies that have had bad IMDb ratings, but I thought weren't, that bad.
Yeah.
right.
But I agree. I
think-
agree there's always going to be a little bit of something there.
I think at the end of the day, though, IMDb goes a little bit beyond just a rating. Like that's where
Right.
you go if you want to learn the gritty details about a movie, rather than just is it good or not,
Okay. And Rotten Tomatoes is more like, is it good or not?
Yeah.
It doesn't.
That's what it tries to do, but
Do you think IMDb is personal, technical, or both?
Both.
yeah.
it's
I mean,
both.
it's always going to be both, I think. Like,
Because sometimes I like what you guys are saying is
I do think
sometimes the technical part is why people don't understand a movie because they don't understand. They haven't been to school for this or have learned from people
They
in the
don't
industry
understand
like
the
y'all
visual
have.
storytelling to
Correct.
things.
Yeah.
Where you say this movie is garbage, or they would say this movie is garbage. You watch it and you're like, well, but the cinematography was phenomenal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying is like the technical aspect, which makes the movie sometimes.
yeah, it's hard. It's hard to give an overall rating to a single film. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
You have to grade each individual, like, subject or whatever.
Yeah. Metacritic. Do you guys use Metacritic at all?
That is a part of most IMDb scores. You'll see the audience score and
Yeah.
then you'll see the meta score.
Okay.
I tend to use Metacritic as like a comparison. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if it's good on both IMDb and Metacritic, for example, then it's generally pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's the one where you can click and you'll find like Roger Ebert's. You
Right.
know, it takes the most prominent critics and Guardian. Oh God.
So, funny thing.
Is this the newspaper?
So Guardian is a site for movie reviews, and it's actually rated number 2 under Roger Ebert as being the most popular movie critic rating, rating sites. Do you guys use it at all? Have you heard of it?
I've been on it like once or
Is this
twice.
like the news website, or is it the same?
I don't know. It was rated number 2. I never heard of it, so I was not sure.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard of the news outlet, The Guardian, but I don't know if it's the same thing. They usually do like politics and shit.
I don't know. I don't know if it's the same thing. All I know is it was rated number 2 theguardian.com.
Yeah, I think that's the.
Yeah, it says film plus reviews.
Yeah, I've never used it, but just because they do other news and it's generally the same bullshit. Like,
Okay. I had never heard of it. So, and then the last one, maybe my computer just died. What just happened? Was Letterboxd.
yeah,
So, what do you guys think about Letterboxd?
Never used it.
I think
I
it has
haven't used it either.
it has the same problem as Rotten Tomatoes because it's all user scores pretty much. Like,
And I feel that I've seen people use Letterboxd, and I feel like Letterboxd is all personal. It's not.
yeah, because it's like the Twitter of movies, Like,
Yeah, and people, there's just going to
That's a
or
good
what-
way.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a good way to explain
and
it.
there's just going to be people that don't even watch the film. Like Civil War, for example. There's so many reviews I've clicked on
Yeah.
where the people don't even give a review on the film. They just say it's a piece of shit, right wing, left wing, whatever wing.
I've been
Political.
straight up telling people it's one of the least politically charged movies I've seen in a while.
It's the most neutral
Yeah,
political type film.
yeah.
Okay, so I thought that would be a little break in the podcast to talk about how we get some of our information from.
Yep.
So you say,
A lot of the dumb movie trivia that I know I get from IMDb. There's
Oh, really?
there's a whole
Yeah.
trivia.
oh yeah, at the bottom. Yeah. Okay.
Use IMDb, everybody. If you use Rotten Tomatoes, fucking unsubscribe.
I agree. I use IMDb as well.
Hands down.
I've always kind of used that.
It'll tell you when actors have future and upcoming projects.
If
All
it
sorts of
says
stuff.
If it says anything about Rotten Tomatoes, they let critics review the movie before it comes out. So,
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
well,
So that's just advertisement.
right. Agreed.
Yeah, let's pay 10 dudes to say our movie's good before it comes out, so that way people will want to watch it.
Yeah,
Right.
we'll go to the theater
Yeah.
to watch it. See, that's garbage.
Yeah.
That's not even right.
Because like if you type in any upcoming movie, it's probably already has a critic score on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
If it's coming out soon.
Yeah.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So that's interesting to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like they go to festivals and see them first, or they might have like a private screening or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just so,
Now I can see that at like Cannes and stuff. Like they would do that for
because
sure.
I do think it's against the law to pay someone to make a review on something they haven't like participated in, though. So they have to legally watch the movie.
Okay.
Right.
So before they can.
So they're not
accept the
going
money.
into it blind with
Right.
just saying it's garbage and never seen
Right.
anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a weird loophole in the law where, yeah.
Okay. Interesting information, guys.
Yeah.
Some stuff that I didn't know. So
Yeah.
good. Good.
Paid sponsorships and bullshit.
Yeah.
It's the same
It's
thing.
all about money.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's all about money and clicks.
Yep.
Now, we're trying to get clicks too. I'm not going to say we're not trying to get clicks, but
We're
at
trying
the
to
end
get
of the day,
dicks too.
I think we're doing it the right way. We're not.
Getting dicks,
Well, both. Yeah.
both.
Clicks and dicks.
clicks and dicks.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
Because I mean, we don't get a lot of views. Like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just making shit just to make shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we like talking movies
Right.
And talking shit.
and talking fucking shit. What we got next?
Philip, who's our spotlight for today?
Mr. Steve Buscemi. Everyone knows him. Everybody loves him.
He's a part of the Sandler crew a little bit.
He totally is. He is I think he's in just about every Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah.
Him and Rob Schneider.
He has incredible acting range because he's in literally so many different movies, so many different genres. He's played countless different characters.
He's played good guys, bad guys, silly guys.
He's one of the greatest Disney
dirty guys.
One of the greatest Disney villains of all time. Randall.
It's on my list.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you mentioned that. That is my favorite character in Monsters Inc. Is Randall. Randall.
Yep.
Okay, Philip, who do you like? What do you like him in?
Let me think. The Big Lebowski, of course.
Yeah.
I didn't even write it on my list.
Shut the fuck up, Donnie.
I didn't even write it on my list because I thought you all are gonna saturate that.
He barely speaks in the movie, but it wouldn't be the same without him.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I'm the walrus.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see what else. I just had it in my head. Reservoir Dogs, of course.
Yeah, that's the second one. Didn't even write on my list because I knew you guys were going to saturate it. So I was like, I think those are the two movies that he's most known for. His character is most known for is those two movies.
Definitely.
Reservoir Dogs is probably one of his best performances as well.
Oh, and Fargo. Those three movies, I think, is if you say what is this guy in, they'll be like X, Y, and Z. Like,
yeah.
He's fantastic in fucking Fargo.
Oh, he is. Truly, he is.
Mm-hmm.
Ron, do you like any other movies with him in it?
I like him as the homeless guy in Big Daddy.
So I wrote Mr. Deeds down because he was funny in Mr. Deeds, but he's in
The Wedding Singer.
He's in Grown Ups. He's in so many Adam Sandler movies. It's just some quirky guy in the background that doesn't even have but like 5 lines, but they're the most 5 like best lines in the entire movie.
Right.
Like hands down.
I liked him in The King of Staten Island, the Pete Davidson film.
Was that his dad?
I haven't seen that.
No.
No.
Who did he play?
His dad died in 9/11.
That's right. Wait, what?
Bill Burr plays his mom's boyfriend.
Boyfriend. Yeah. That's what I was thinking of. Not dad. Boyfriend is who I was thinking. It was Bill Burr. Shut up.
Speaking of 9/11, Steve Buscemi helped out on that day.
Oh, yeah. You were just talking about that.
Good person. Good guy.
I agree. Did you guys ever watch the movie Airheads with Brendan Fraser?
Yep.
Yes, I have.
Yep. That's some long hair, Buscemi, right?
I freaking loved him in Airheads. It was one of my favorites for him for sure.
He delivers one of the most profound lines ever, and it's in Spy Kids 2.
Yep.
I remember that.
Hang on, see if I can remember it. It's, do you think God stays in heaven because he fears what he created?
Yes.
I do remember that.
Some fucked up shit to say in a child film.
I know.
From
In a child's
Spy
movie at
Kids
that.
2, dude.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yep.
Could we throw Spy Kids on the best action list? That first Spy Kids ain't that bad.
Is that the one with that damn song in it? No, which
It's
I think that's 3.
I can't remember
George Lopez, right, as the villain. It's just his big face.
That's the third one, yeah.
Emmy likes one of them. Oh no, she likes
The first one is the
something
one with the
different.
thumb guys.
That's right.
Yeah.
She loves those
Tony
movies.
Shalhoub.
Yeah, with the guy from Monk.
Yep.
Yep, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen him in Ghost World?
I have not.
Is
It
that
is
the
crazy ass movie.
is that
Let me read you the
the
tagline.
is that the Ricky Gervais?
Yeah,
film?
Let me read you this tagline from this movie.
Is that the Ricky Gervais film? She's not answering my question.
I'm sorry. By like acting in it?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay.
Ghost World. Sorry, I was typing. I've clicked off of it twice now because I'm losing.
You having
my
a stroke
mind.
over there?
I am. I think I am. So, Ghost World. He plays a creeping. Ghost World, in my opinion, is his creepiest role of all the roles. So, Ghost World it's the story of neo-cool Enid, who is Thora Birch, and Rebecca, who is Scarlett Johansson, who faced with graduation from high school, take a hard look at the world that they've wryly observed and decide what they really want. When Enid takes an interest in an offbeat Seymour, Steve, and Rebecca focuses her attention on her mutual romantic fixation, Josh, Brad Renfro, the girls' friendships have forever changed. However, Steve Buscemi is so fucking creepy, I say, in this movie. And I recommend it. I think it was a pretty good movie. But he will creep you the fuck out for sure. You'll be like, this is crazy.
Brad Renfro's that guy that he passed away at a young age.
Yes,
sure.
2008.
He played in Bully, right?
Yeah, he was.
Talk about a rough movie.
He was definitely in his early to mid 20s when he died.
Yeah,
it was drug overdose.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Shame.
Yeah, he was a part of that crew, like the Edward Furlong crew, like all those guys.
The film
River
has
Phoenix.
Ghost World has a 90 on Metascore. So that's pretty.
Check it out.
Good.
It again. I think you should watch it for him. Watch it for his role in it. It was creepy as hell. And then you can't forget him in Con Air.
All right.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Fuck. What was his name? Garland Green.
Yeah. I loved him in Con Air. This dude, I'm telling you, this dude is so versatile. He can be funny and he can be serious. I like him a lot.
It seems like he's kind of gotten a little. He's just started living life a little more and not taking as many roles.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, good for him. He's put together quite a career for himself.
I think so too. I think he's always going to be remembered.
Oh,
for sure.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
He'll always be remembered for, like we said, Reservoir Dogs, Fargo. Fargo would not nearly be as good without his performance in it.
Right.
Agreed.
Apparently, he has a new film coming in June of this year. It's called The Shallow Tale of a Writer Who Decided to Write About a Serial Killer. I guess the description is a struggling writer in the midst of a divorce befriends a retired serial killer who incidentally becomes his marriage counselor by day and killing counselor for his next book by night.
Holy shit.
Interesting.
Therapy movie, I guess.
He's cool.
It looks like he plays the writer. So,
and I know you guys don't like TV series and you're going to shit on me, but that's okay. So he was in a TV series. This is probably after those 3 movies. This is his 4th thing he's probably going to be known for the rest of his life. Was he plays a character in Boardwalk Empire?
Fuck yeah.
You watched it?
Boardwalk Empire.
It was a TV series, so I didn't know. He's very memorable in that.
Fuck yeah. That's.
Yeah. I think that'd be his 4th.
He won a lot of Golden Globes and Emmys for that too.
He did.
So
he was excellent.
That was a Scorsese show.
He was really good.
I checked it out in a heartbeat.
Good. I'm glad. Shit on me.
It's got our boy Michael Shannon in it. He does great.
Shit.
Great. Yeah. Everybody does really good in it. Michael Pitt.
Yep.
Is in it. Man, talk about a guy that's dropped off the face of the planet.
Oh, he has, hasn't he?
Because he was in everything in the mid 2000s.
And now he's not nothing.
He ain't shit. God damn. Fucking muffler going by.
I hate
fucking
it so much.
gangbangers over here.
Anybody else got anything for Mr. Steve? Desperado. I did put he was into
Desperado.
His little character in Desperado.
Yeah.
I liked him in there too.
He's got tons of little cameos and appearances.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah.
we could name those all day, but
I think we touched on all the good ones, except for the
for
one.
the main movie,
yep.
which is Ron. Do you want to announce this movie?
Why don't you announce it since
Oh my
you're the one
God,
that
really?
That's the
recommended
rule.
it? Yeah.
Your idea, you take the lead.
Okay.
You are going to be the ones mostly talking about this because I've seen it, but it was a long time ago when my dad showed it to me.
So our main movie is Living in Oblivion, which stars our pal Steve. 1995, directed by Tom DeCillo. And this movie is the ultimate tribute to all independent filmmakers, take place during one day on the set of a non-budget movie.
Yeah.
And it is
Very relatable.
Yeah, and it is hilarious. It's good. Steve Buscemi is so funny in this. He's so funny in this movie, in my opinion.
He is, yeah.
He there's a line in here. I got to see if I can find it from this movie that made me laugh. But
this is the one where like shit's going wrong, and then somebody will wake up and they're having a dream.
Yeah.
Everything goes wrong. Yeah. Everything goes wrong.
Yeah.
It's every independent filmmaker's nightmare, basically.
Yeah.
It made $1.1 million at the box office on a $500,000 budget.
It's not bad.
So not too bad.
Made half back.
It has obviously our pal Steve, Catherine Keener, and Dermot Mulroney.
I like me some Catherine Keener.
And it has Peter Dinklage in it as well.
Yeah.
Can't forget his character in it. Let me see if I can find this.
You could probably argue that this is the one that got Peter Dinklage kind of relevant.
It could.
In films, other than Elf.
He looks exactly the same in this movie as he does now.
Yeah.
Like,
I agree. Hold on.
Talk about people that don't age, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
So there's a quote in the movie. It's between, hold on. It's between Steve's character and Peter Dinklage's character. So Steve is, his name is Nick in the movie, and Peter Dinklage is Tito. He said, so little person Tito is not happy with the dream sequence of the movie. And Tito says, why does my character have to be a dwarf? And Nick says he doesn't have to be. He said, then why is he? Is that the only way you can make this dream is to put a dwarf in it? And Nick said, no, Tito, And he's like, have you ever had a dream with a dwarf in it? Do you know anyone who's had a dream with a dwarf in it? No, I don't even have dreams with dwarves in them. The only place I've seen dwarves in dreams is in stupid movies like this. Oh, make it weird. Put a dwarf in it. Everyone will go, whoa, this must be a fucking dream. There's a fucking dwarf in it. Well, I'm sick of it. You can take this dream sequence and stick it up your ass. Dude, that scene is so fucking hilarious. Like it'll make you like belly laugh by the time. Yeah. But I liked it because it's y'all's field, and it's just everything can go wrong. Everything is going wrong that could go wrong.
Right. Yeah.
Like, it's so funny. You've seen it, Philip? You watched it, didn't you?
Yeah. I watched it.
They end up getting like a good take, right? And the fucking camera guys in the bathroom puking up the spoiled milk, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so funny. And I think anybody who's either a filmmaker or an aspiring filmmaker should watch this movie because it kind of prepares you for the worst that could happen to you.
It seems like no matter how much you plan and pre-production and all that,
shit's gonna
once
go
you
wrong.
actually start shooting, it's like everything just blows up.
Yeah,
you know?
everything wrong.
There's no way to avoid it. Everything's a fucking disaster.
Yeah,
you know, and you just got to work through it. You know.
Isn't there a big moment where like, hang on, spoiler alert. In like the big moment where they're trying to get room tone and everybody actually shuts the fuck up and nothing happens for the first time when they're trying to get room tone.
Yes.
Yeah.
I highly recommend it. It's on Roku channel for free, but it has ads, or Peacock, or you can rent or buy it on Prime.
Yeah.
I highly recommend anybody who's in the film industry or trying to be an aspiring filmmaker to watch this movie.
Yeah. It'll either make you turn it off and have an anxiety attack, or it'll
or inspire you.
Yeah,
right.
Because there were times where I've been in that situation and it's the most uncomfortable shit. You know?
Right.
So, like,
I agree. And it's long-haired Steve too.
Something about long-haired Steve is just badass.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you don't understand the anxiety when you're running out of time and you're so far away from what you needed to accomplish that day.
Right. And the fact that this all happens in one day is even more terrifying because the amount of shit that happens in here in one day should be like a week's worth of shooting for sure.
Right.
But one day of this, oh man, I couldn't even imagine that happening. It's chaos, I say. Chaos.
Yeah, they did skip the part where it takes 17 hours to light a scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got that shit lit way too quickly.
Yeah, right?
Like,
watch it, guys. You'll love it. Leave us a comment after you watch it, especially if you're an aspiring filmmaker.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, same ship.
We got the shit on the screen.
We got the shit on the screen.
Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, and TikTok. Please do it.
The spot,
Email.
the tube, and the
email.
And the email. Yeah.
And the email.
And subscribe, or we're going to tell Chuck Norris. He's going to come kick your ass.
Well, he's probably in an iron lung or something. Right?
Yeah.
Like,
Fucking fossil.
he's got to be 107. But
Oh, God. You guys are so dumb.
Bruce Lee already ripped his fucking chest hair out.
Yeah, dude. That's why I don't understand that fucking debate.
Yeah.
Bruce Lee or Chuck Norris. It's like, have you fucks seen Enter the Dragon?
Right. Bruce Lee ripped his chest hair out and kicked him in the balls.
Yeah, and killed him.
Yeah.
Right?
And killed him, yeah.
Killed him.
Yeah.
He killed Chuck Norris. Debate over.
Right.
If you still pick Chuck Norris, fuck your mother.
Don't say that.
Fuck your sister.
Don't even say that's even worse.
Fuck your grandma.
No, that's the worst of worst. And
Fuck your dog.
and
Fucking weirdo.
Okay, we're done. Good night.
Bye, everybody.